When the whole world's eyes were on big companies like China's BYD and America's Tesla, an old but powerful company was quietly making something that has now shaken up the EV market. We are talking about General Motors. Yes, the same company that ruled the roads of America for years. Everyone thought that GM would be left behind now, but they have introduced something that has silenced everyone. Without making much noise, without coming into the eyes of the media, GM has launched an electric car that is competing with the big ones in terms of technology, performance, and price. And now, this car is making headlines not only in America, but all over the world. What is special in this car? How has GM broken its old image and brought a new twist to the EV race? And how much threat do companies like Elon Musk and BYD feel from this? You will get the answers to all these questions in this video, so let's get on to the story of this mysterious revolution. But before that, if you want to be the first to know about such powerful information on technology and future cars, subscribe to the channel now. Before we talk about that game-changing EV of General Motors, let us know the story of General Motors a little bit, because the thing that is creating a stir in the market today has a very long journey behind it. General Motors example. GM was started in 1908 in the city of Michigan, America. This was the time when cars were considered luxury and only rich people could afford them. But GM gradually started making such vehicles which were within the reach of common people. Be it Chevrolet, Buick, or Cadillac, GM spread its name all over the world by making every kind of vehicle. There came a time when General Motors had become the world's largest car company. Now let's talk about GM's entry into the world of electric vehicles. Electric cars are not a new thing, but making and selling them on a large scale has always been a challenge. When companies like Tesla were dominating the EV market, people started thinking that perhaps the old companies would be left behind, but GM proved everyone wrong. It made an electric car in 1996 itself named EV1. This car was very advanced at that time, but due to some reasons, its production had to be stopped. After this, GM disappeared from the EV market for a while, but then it returned with full preparation. After 2020, GM made a comeback with its Ultium battery platform and said that it would make only electric vehicles in the future. The company announced that by 2035 it would stop making petrol and diesel cars, and the entire focus would be on EVs. Vehicles like Chevrolet Bolt EV and Bolt EUV came to the market from GM, which were not only affordable but also came with great range and features. With this, they targeted those people who wanted to buy affordable and reliable EVs. Now, if we talk about the figures, then in 2023, GM sold more than 75,000 electric cars in the US alone. At the same time, this figure reached close to 100,000 all over the world. In comparison, Tesla sold around 1.8 million EVs worldwide in 2023, while China's BYD sold around 1.5 million. It is true that GM is behind these companies, but the difference is that GM is just starting out and has not yet put its full strength into the EV segment, but now that time has come. GM's focus is now only on EVs. They have set up new EV plants in different parts of the US, invested millions of dollars in battery research, and are preparing to convert many of their popular models into EVs, such as the Silverado and Hummer. GM is now slowly moving in the direction where their goal is to compete directly with companies like Tesla, and now the launch of their new EV has made it clear that GM is not going to stay behind anymore. GM may have started the EV race a little late, but now it has entered the field with full force. And the way it is progressing in technology, range, price, and production, it seems that the map of the EV market is going to change completely in the coming times. So now that we understand the story of GM and its EV journey, let's talk about the new explosive vehicle that has caught everyone's attention. Chevrolet Blazer EV-SS 2025. When General Motors gave a befitting reply to Tesla, the year 2025 is full of many big explosions in the world of electric vehicles. But the biggest explosion of all has been made by Chevrolet with its new Blazer EV-SS. This vehicle is not just an SUV, it is a clear declaration from General Motors that they are no longer going to be left behind in the EV market. While the eyes of the whole world were on Tesla and BYD, GM quietly launched an electric vehicle that is now a topic of discussion everywhere. The Blazer EV-SS is not just a stylish vehicle. It reflects the thought that now America's traditional car companies have also understood the EV game and are ready to enter the field, that too with full preparation and advanced technology. Now let's talk about what is it in this vehicle. That makes it different from other EVs. First of all, its design will give you a different feel. This SUV is as sporty as it is futuristic in appearance. The unique pattern of LED lights on the front, the sleek body, and the wide stance will make anyone say, this is the next generation of EV, but it is not just about looks. The technology. Inside, it is the real game changer. The most powerful thing in the Chevrolet Blazer EV/SS is its Ultium platform. This is General Motors' own battery and motor platform, which is completely designed for EVs. This means that the design of this vehicle is not like converting a petrol car into electric. It has been built with EV thinking from the beginning. This is the reason why there is a tremendous balance of power, range, and space in it. In this vehicle, you get a big 1 or 2 kWh Ultium battery, which gives a range of up to 515 km on a single full charge. That is, charge it once and then travel a long distance on the highway, that too without searching for a charging station again and again. And the most interesting thing is that this battery not only gives a long range, but also provides super fast charging. It supports 190 kWh DC fast charging. That is, you can get a distance of about 125 kilometers in just 10 minutes of charging. Now, talking about its performance, the Blazer EV/SS is not just a quiet SUV, it is a sporty machine. In this, you get 557 horsepower and 878 Nm of torque. This means that this car catches the speed of 0 to 100 km/h in just 4 seconds. That is, this car gives direct competition to vehicles like Tesla's Model Y Performance or Mustang Mach-E GT, and in many cases even surpasses them. Apart from this, it has an all-wheel drive system which gives tremendous grip and stability to the car in every weather and on every road. Be it rain or snow, the Blazer EV/SS runs great in every situation. Now, if we talk about the inside, its interior is also completely designed keeping the future in mind. It gets a big 17.7-inch touchscreen display that brings together all infotainment and car controls. There's also an 11-inch driver display that shows speed, battery level, and other important information in high resolution. And yes, there's a technology called Super Cruise that enables hands-free driving on highways, meaning long distance. Driving will be even easier and more comfortable. Not just that, the car comes with features like connected car tech, over-the-air updates, and advanced driver assistance systems, making it one of the most advanced cars of 2025, the Chevrolet. Blazer EV/SS is a package that's not just ahead in performance, but also in terms of technology, style, and reliability. General Motors has shown that it is now in full force in the EV world, and could even overtake giants like Tesla in the coming years. Blazer EV/SS, the car that has put Tesla and BYD in tension. The entry of Chevrolet Blazer EV/SS 2025 has created a stir in the EV world. This SUV is not just a new model, but a big blow from General Motors to those companies that, till now, considered themselves kings in the EV market. As soon as the first glimpse of this car came out, its design, features, and range went viral on the internet, and people started calling it the Tesla killer. Now the question arises, what is so special in this car that makes it different from vehicles like Tesla Model Y, Ford Mach-E, and BYD Auto 3? The answer is balance. Blazer EV/SS has struck a balance of performance, technology, and pricing, which is what today's EV buyers want. People no longer just want a fast car. They also want range, style, and the price should also be within the pocket. And all these things are available in the Blazer EV/SS. While the prices of vehicles like the Tesla Model Y are increasing rapidly, Chevrolet has kept some of the many variants of the Blazer affordable so that even the common man can consider buying an EV. On the other hand, SUVs like Ford's Mach-E and BYD's Auto 3 either lack space or the battery technology does not seem as new as the Blazer. People in America have already trusted Chevrolet. Now that they have given such a powerful EV, American customers are immediately shifting towards it. On the other hand, people in Europe have also become a bit bored with Tesla's monopoly and want something new, and Blazer EV/SS has emerged as a fresh and powerful option for them. Now let's talk about the planning of General Motors. GM is not satisfied with just one model. It is planning to launch EVs in all its brands like Chevrolet, GMC, and Cadillac. The Ultium battery platform allows them to build new models quickly. And this is what is now bringing GM at par with companies like Tesla. With the arrival of the Blazer EV/SS, the competition in the EV market has become even fiercer. Earlier, the EV market was divided between a few limited companies, but now even old companies like GM are focusing completely on EVs, due to which the growth of this segment is going to be many times faster than before. And SUVs like the Blazer are playing a very important role in this pace because they are not only showcasing the technology, but are also preparing people to adopt EVs at a mass level. Now let's talk about the price. The high-performance version of the Chevrolet Blazer EVs is around $65,000, which directly competes with the Tesla Model Y performance and the Ford Mach-E GT. But the same vehicle also comes close to $45,000 in its cheaper variants, which is a great deal for mid-class people. The reaction from the media and users has also been quite positive. The launch video of this car is being viewed in millions on YouTube, and automobile bloggers are praising its technology and driving experience. Some experts even say that the Blazer EV/SS can reduce the sales of the Tesla Model Y to a great extent. In the coming time, especially in the US where GM already has a stronghold, the Chevrolet Blazer EV/SS is not just a car but has become a new trendsetter in the EV market. General Motors has proved that it is no longer just a thing of the past. It has the power to run at the forefront in the race of the future as well. This is a direct warning to companies like Tesla and BYD. Now, the competition in the EV world is going to be even tougher. Blazer EV/SS, Global Impact General Motors is now ready to become the next king of the EV world. The entry of the Chevrolet Blazer EV/SS 2025 has created a stir not only in the US but all over the world. This SUV has now become a global symbol, a vehicle that shows that General Motors is now not only understanding the EV game, but is also ready to rule it. When Tesla and BYD were ruling in their respective areas, GM launched a model that is suitable for every market. This vehicle was already a buzz in the US, but now its demand is increasing rapidly in countries like Europe, Canada, and South Korea. Blazer EV/SS is not just an SUV, it is changing people's thinking that EV does not mean only Tesla. Now, if we talk about global impact, this vehicle has brought three big changes. First, people have realized that traditional companies of America are also now taking EVs very seriously. This is not just a new trend, but a decision that will change the direction of the entire auto industry. Second, in Europe and other countries where earlier only Tesla and BYD were popular, now GM is also emerging as a strong option in European markets, which always give importance to high quality and design. People are liking the sporty and premium look of the Blazer EV/SS very much. Third, this SUV has, in a way, forced other companies to also upgrade themselves in terms of technology and price. That is, now the competition has become more fierce, due to which customers are expected to get better products. Now let's talk about the future plan of General Motors. GM is not a company that depends on just one or two EVs. They are preparing an entire EV range. The battery platform they have created, called Ultium, is so advanced that vehicles like GMC Hummer EV, Cadillac Lyriq, Chevrolet Silverado EV, and now Blazer are being made on it. GM's target is to make only EVs by 2035. That is, complete freedom from petrol and diesel. For this, they have opened gigafactories in many parts of America where batteries and vehicles are being produced. GM is also thinking of re-entering countries like India. The company is working on cheaper variants to launch models like the Blazer EV in the local market. Also, GM wants its vehicles to be present everywhere, from the cheap EV segment to the luxury EV segment. Apart from this, GM is also focusing on fast charging networks and software-based services such as over-the-air updates, self-driving technology, and AI-based drive assistance. All these things are part of their future plan. Another interesting thing is that GM no longer wants to be limited to America only. It has prepared to take its EV lineup to many countries in Europe, Asia, and Latin America. There is also a plan to start local production in many places so that prices can be kept low, and the biggest change that GM is bringing is that of brand perception. Earlier, people considered GM an old, traditional car company. But now, vehicles like the Blazer EV/SS have completely changed this thinking. People have now started seeing GM as a technology-focused, modern, and innovative company. So it is clear that the Chevrolet Blazer EV/SS is not just a vehicle, but A turning point for GM. This SUV is not only creating a stir in the market, but is also taking General Motors toward becoming the world's largest and most trusted auto company once again. And if GM continues to innovate in EVs like this, then in the coming few years, we may also see that General Motors once again becomes the king of the global EV market, leaving behind Tesla and BYD. If you like such powerful and latest technology-related information, then subscribe to our channel now, because the coming time is of EV and innovation, and we will keep bringing every big update about it, first of all for you.